welcome to Try It Tuesday, where I show you tips, tricks, and how-tos when it comes to crochet and other fiber arts. And because we talked about yarn the last video, I wanted to talk to you guys about the anatomy of a crochet hook. And I'm not going to pretend like I made this whole video myself, and we both know I'm going to ramble way too much, but I'll try and keep it short. But anyway, this is who made this graphic, and I have another graphic that I'm going to show you too, and then actual crochet hooks that I have myself. So, starting here, this, hopefully my finger will work, is the head, and then the throat here is this diagonal piece. The shaft is usually where your yarn sits, your thumb rest, the handle, and then this is the mouth or bowl, and then the lip or nose. So going into a little bit more detail, like this says, the head point is used to poke through the stitches. Throat holds the yarn being pulled through a stitch. The shaft holds the loops that are needed to create the stitch and determines the size of the stitch. Thumb rest allows you to manipulate the head of the hook with the thumb with one or two other fingers. And the handle provides leverage for the rest of the user's hand to move on the hook. The mouth or bowl holds the yarn being pulled through the stitches. Lip or nose keeps the yarn in the mouth or throat while creating stitches. So as you can see, there's actually a lot to a crochet hook. Did you know that? Because it took me a long time to figure that out. Now I'm going to move to the next graphic here in just a second because it explains this piece a little bit better. Okay, so on this one here, you can see that there's the point on the top of both of these. If you notice, they're both different a little bit. This one's a little more rounded and this one's a little more pointed. There's the lip, which is this outside piece here. And you can see that this one's more pointed and curved. Or not pointed and curved, but like at an angle. And then this one here is almost like a nub. And then the throat, this one goes in pretty darn far, and this one's more rounded and kind of shallow. And that makes a big difference with different crochet artists. Me personally, I like this one. I've never been able to get this one to work for me, but I also hold my hook in a wand position, so keep that in mind. Here's another view of it, and this is who this is who made this graphic, not me. So this is also known as like the inline. So you can see here, this one kind of really tilts down and kind of feeds into that throat area. And then this one's more of tapered. So there's not like a huge area for the yarn, but that works best for me personally. So now I'm going to get us at a completely different, well, not completely, I'm just going to show you, flip the camera and show you the different types of hooks that I have personally and which ones that I've used and which ones I don't like. So let's go ahead and flip the camera. All right, I got the camera flipped, and I cannot tell you how many times I've had to re-record this because I either said something that was a little ridiculous or my dog started barking. But anyway, this is a Susan Bates hook. It's one of the more popular, inexpensive brands. You can get it where it's just the metal piece or it has the gripper on it. Now, this gripper doesn't do anything ergonomically for you. At least this one doesn't. But anyway, you can see that this one has that throat that kind of goes inwards a little bit more. And then you have this one, which is also Susan Bates, but you can see what it looks like without that gripper on there. But it still has that deeper area there. I'm not saying it. I had to re-record it a couple times. This is one of the ones that I like to use personally because this handle does help with gripping a little bit better, but you can also see that it has that more tapered throat area. I love that one. That one I use with some of my thicker yarns. This is actually made out of bamboo, and it's a double-ended Tunisian crochet hook. This is what you use to make like in the round hats and whatnot with Tunisian. This one is a plastic one. I don't use it very often because I tend to break plastic, but this is a Boyle, which is another good, inexpensive brand. Here is a regular Tunisian hook. As you can see, it's pretty long. It almost looks like a knitting needle, but it is, in fact, a crochet hook. And it also has that more shallow throat area. This is my absolute favorite brand of all time. Keep it so it'll stay focused here. I'm going to move these. This is a Tulip brand, and like I said, because I hold my hook in that wand position, this works better for me, but some people really like Clover, but those ones have like a lot more flat, like the whole thing is just like flat, so it doesn't work for me. It works for people who have more of a pencil grip. But anyway, you can see that it has a decent point to it, but it's not like too crazy, and the throat area is not too deep. And I like the grip on these, and they slide like butter on here. So this is my preferred one. I will say though that if you are just getting into crochet, I'm gonna go ahead and flip the camera again. Anyway, yeah, so if you are just getting into crochet, I would just buy either one singular hook and go from there. And if you don't like that hook, you can try one that has a different inline or any of those things, different throat area. And then also you could buy a kit off Amazon because they're a lot less expensive and you get several hook sizes for that. And then you also get other things like your stitch markers and whatnot. But I think that, why do I keep accidentally zooming into myself? But personally, I like the tulip ones. They're worth it to me because I crochet a lot and it helps my hands quite a bit and I don't get as stuck on the projects because some of them, the metal or the plastic will even like catch a little bit, so it's not as fun. But anyway, if you're just starting out, get the less expensive ones, I promise. Anyway, thank you so much and have a wonderful day. I hope that was a good explanation for you and it made sense. If there's anything that you want me to go over, please let me know by commenting down below. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.